All right, everyone, we're here live from the press center. The results are over. We have our 10 qualifiers, and we're going to talk about it in just a second. This is Matt with ESC United. There's so much commotion going on here right now. It is hard to keep track of what's happening here. So, the semifinal two is over. Some surprises, some sad faces, some happy faces. So we're going to talk it all through. People are jumping around, and here we are. I'm going to wait for all my buddies, Sean, to show up here, and then we'll go through the songs individually, the qualifiers, the non-qualifiers, our thoughts. Overall, we're of course happy to those who have qualified, and we'll go from there. So I need to bring up the list. I'm like, it happened so fast. I don't even know where to begin. So here
It's
is
happened again. It's happened
here is
again.
Sean.
Oh, it's Brexit. It's Donald Trump.
Thank
it's
you,
everything.
guys. Thank you.
So here we go.
Thank you.
Croatia.
Am I in the?
So you are. Here we go. There's so much going on. I think Sean is you're a little red.
Let me see the list. I'll bring up the list.
Okay, so Sean is bringing up the list. So is making sure. So I see a
Should
lot
be
of
published.
sad faces. I see a lot of happy faces. Comments in here as well. The entire team here feels the same way. We have happy news. We have sad news. So Sean, what is your impression of all, without going into details about countries?
Let's let the actual show finish first.
I know, right?
First of all, I think because it is more important news than any of this, Jana Pacheska is pregnant and she's getting married. So
Good for
congratulations to her, because that's incredible news. I wasn't expecting that. We didn't know that she was pregnant, and we didn't know that she was getting married. So that was a real roller coaster the whole time.
All right, that's cool. Yeah, that is really cool.
Right, let's drag that.
All right, so do you want to go for the qualifiers first?
Yeah,
or?
let's go.
We don't have
Right.
to. No. Okay. Who was first
So-
announced first?
Do you want to do it in that order?
If you remember,
Yeah.
probably, right?
No, Bulgaria was
Bulgaria.
first.
They put probably the semi-winner first, huh?
That
This
made
one.
sense.
Too
Obviously,
obvious.
Bulgaria was going to go through.
It started all right, let's get that one out of
it's
the
the
way.
first time they've been in two finals in a row. So
I know. It's
congratulations
only the
to
third
them.
time.
I know.
That's crazy.
I
And
know.
now
And
they're
it'll
still
probably be
favored.
another top 5 result.
I have a
Almost
feeling that
definitely.
the odds are going to shorten even more now. You had a good performance.
Yeah,
It's going to be a good performance.
I do look really red.
You do look really
I must
red,
have
don't you?
got emotion.
I mean, it's a
Well,
light.
not
I
emotion.
look red too, but it's
Yeah.
the lighting up there a little bit.
So yeah, Bulgaria, fantastic performance. Everyone in here could feel that was probably the best
Yes.
performance of the night.
The delegation
So-
is over here. Over
the
here.
delegation
They left.
are very emotional, I guess, because it's all hard work coming together.
Yes, it seemed like a
They're
really
being
well-oiled
interviewed.
machine. They were really
Congratulations
nice.
to Bulgaria, considering they were one of Eurovision's most unlucky countries. They have
Yes.
come back with a storm.
Yeah.
So congratulations.
And by the way, we're going to go for this fairly fast because there's going to be a press conference coming soon.
Yeah, we've got max half an hour probably. To
Yeah, so we'll go a little faster because we have to talk for the non-qualifieds as well.
Okay, right. I think the next one was Belarus.
Yes, Belarus was second.
Yeah.
I was worried. I mean, I love the song, right? I was worried about the vocal performance yesterday, and it wasn't fantastic right now, but it was okay, good. So I'm thrilled that they made it, actually.
I'm surprised about that, but I am
You
really
are?
happy for them because
Yeah.
it was a fun, feel-good performance. So
Yeah.
they deserve to be in the final. Belarus again. People think that they probably do quite well in Eurovision because they are one of the ex-Soviet countries, but honestly, this is a big thing for them. Belarus in the final doesn't happen.
Yeah, they
that
don't qualify that often.
Really?
No,
So, yeah, this is big
They're like
for
the
them.
Finland of the Nordic countries.
With Belarusian language songs qualified for Eurovision.
That's the first
Who'd have
time
thought of
ever.
that? Yeah.
What?
There we go.
So we're really excited about that. So I can see, guys, we're going to respond to some of your comments when we can. But there's a lot going on here right now, a lot of commotion. So, so many comments. So Sean, next up was Croatia. Jacques Hudek qualified with my friend. It was here's the thing. I think that song more than any other song is polarizing. The reaction in the press center and I see online on forums was fairly surprised, I guess. Surprise is the right thing to say?
Yeah. It's the UK leaving the EU. It's Donald Trump being
It's
elected
another-
president. It's Leicester winning the Premier League. It's Croatia Jacques Hudek, my friend, is in the Eurovision final.
Yeah.
Croatia, and I hate to bring it up, but Croatia's in the final and Finland aren't. That's a travesty.
Think
I
about
know
it.
they're different semi-finals.
I know a lot of people have said to me that, yeah.
Travesty. That is an insult to music, and I don't care how many Croatians are watching.
I know.
That performance did not deserve to go through in the slightest.
I don't get it. But I know when I saw the polls, like as the votes were coming in, I saw, okay, this one's going to go really high.
When you were telling me the results, I was coming to terms with it, but even when it went through, that was just.
Yeah, I'm interested to see.
No words.
I'm not a fan of the song. I've been very honest about it, and I won't be. But majority rules. If people like that song,
I mean, if you are Croatian, I'm sure you're going to lap up our tears like it's sweet, sweet nectar, and you are welcome to it because this must be a big moment for you guys. But I'm sorry, this is just the kind of song and the kind of performance that should not be winning over genuine, heartfelt, really well thought out performances. This was chaotic, this was ridiculous. I guess it's Eurovision, maybe the televoters just sent it through to the final, but I'm sorry. I would even take Estonia, as much as that's later, I would take Estonia over Croatia in the final. That is ridiculous. Malta are not in the final. Malta and Claudia and her fantastic voice, Jana Bacescu with her great performance, Tiana, it was a great song.
Wait, don't throw the songs yet.
I'm just saying that it's ridiculous.
I guess we get your point. Yeah. So he is not happy, and I'm not thrilled either. And there was a very negative reaction overall. Was there any applause?
No.
Yeah, it's just the kind of song. It's going to be a little bit more controversial, but some people will be happy, a lot of people will be sad. But that's how it goes. That's Eurovision, right? Who was next? I don't remember who was next.
I think Israel? It might have been Hungary. I think it was Hungary.
No, Hungary was 5th, I think. I would think it was Israel, number 4. No, not Israel.
I think it was Hungary.
You took the list down.
Sorry. No, I think it was Hungary.
No, Romania? Wasn't Romania? No.
Let's go with Hungary.
Let's go with Hungary, whatever. I mean, that was expected. It was
yeah, that's fine by me. I mean, that was deserved. That was an honest, heartfelt performance.
Yeah.
You know, it was in Hungarian, which is always bonus points. But that's what I like about this year is that countries are being rewarded for sticking with their own language.
Do you think that they're being rewarded, or they just have good songs?
Belarus, Hungary, Portugal, all been rewarded with their own language. I'm sure Italy will in the final as well. You know, it's great to see.
I'm not sure if they're being rewarded for singing the language, or maybe it doesn't matter what language you sing. If it's a good song,
it was a great performance.
Qualify.
The audience got behind it. It was a fantastic performance.
Yeah,
they deserved it.
Okay.
I think the next one was probably Romania.
Then let's talk about Romania. I mean, we all knew it was going to happen. I guess it's the gimmicky kind of song, but it's catchy, it's fun, people seem to like it.
But the difference between something like this and something like Croatia is that there's a direction in how they're doing it. There's a consistency, there's a flow between the song and the performance. It all made sense, that people loved it, people enjoyed it. Croatia, there was no kind of flow of any kind, it was all over the place. Violinists coming in, just faces everywhere, spoken word, Italian, English, the same person. I mean, I won't dwell on it too much, but I think that with songs like Romania, you can see why they go for it.
Yes. No, I can agree with that. Yes. Yeah. Yes. I expected it, so it's not like high on my list, but I totally fell in love with the performance to a degree, so it's fine with me. Israel, another...
Yeah, let's go with... Or it might have been Denmark, actually.
It's fine.
Yeah, we'll go with Israel. Okay, Israel, of course.
It was another expected qualifier. He sounded better. Yeah. It was fun. It has a great draw. I think the televoters really, really loved it.
Yeah. He did too much of his biting his lip for me.
Yeah.
I think it was a bit too sort of sexually ferocious, let's say, as a way of putting it.
Yeah.
I think he played up on that fact too much. Obviously, it didn't matter. Obviously, it was a great song. He performed it brilliantly, and it deserves to be in the final. Everyone knew it would be in the final. Israel, under Imri, never mind their new national selection, has a 100% record. So maybe he needs to come back as a backup
vocalist. Well, it's only 3 years. It's not like that.
Well, no, but maybe he needs to come back next year because he's made it to the Eurovision final 3 times in a row.
And that's true.
So
we shall see.
Yeah, let's go with Denmark next.
Denmark. Anya. I mean, you had it in your country?
In terms of my predictions, I predicted it 11th. So I am a little bit surprised, but I could see it going through. I thought it would just miss out. She went through. The juries and the televoters must have gone with the vocal and loved it.
Yeah.
I thought it was all a bit too over the top, a bit too winnerish performance before she'd even won, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't have any problems with Denmark being in the final. Congratulations, because it's the first time they've been back since Copenhagen.
Yeah,
which is unbelievable.
That is true, right?
Yeah,
I like the song, and I was relieved it qualified.
Yeah.
I was worried, just like you were, that it may not, but I was happy only because I'm worried that the juries will not get because it has this '90s R&B-ish retro kind of vibe, and that they may not appreciate that. But I'm glad that they're actually in. It was a big round of applause here as well. Lots of Danish people here, so I guess.
I think she did.
Friends were.
I think she did overegg it slightly, but obviously that's what the voters have gone for.
Yeah. That is true.
Yeah,
man, it happened so fast. And then we went to the last 3, and it was so intense.
Yeah,
so
Norway was next.
Yes, and we were all so happy.
I jumped up and screamed because, if you watch the pre-show, you know how much I wax lyrical about how amazing Norway is for this kind of contest, and I'm so happy that they got through with this kind of song. This is what Eurovision needs. We need more modern, eclectic, interesting performances like this. Mm-hmm. We need more modern.
But we have a lot of modern songs this year. There's Norway, there's Azerbaijan, Belgium they're talking about. But
Bulgaria's quite modern as well in the way it's all been produced and everything like that.
But I like to shy away from this whole modern thing because people talk about it's only modern. Is jazz not modern? Is this not modern? It's only what's mainstream in the charts is considered modern.
I see what you mean, but I think for Eurovision to be more credible with certain people, because some people still see it as a joke. I think for songs like Norway, and if Norway get first off, it'd be a good opener because I think people would see it and go, oh, okay, some of the Eurovision songs are actually decent chart-worthy songs. Yeah. And then, whatever comes next. But at least there is one song with genuine quality, genuinely interesting, and sort of speaks for people who aren't necessarily in the normal music.
That's true.
In the final.
Yeah.
It is Norway. Norway is not an unexpected qualifier in any year. Because it is the kind of
they're always like they're like one of those.
Yeah. But I'm so happy for them.
I'm very happy. We need that song in the finals. The entire team was totally behind that one. So we're going to get to Austria in a second and see that one being called out there.
So that's what Netherlands.
I'll
let you take the floor.
I was because I'm just going to tell you, I loved Estonia and the Netherlands, and we were at country number 9, and neither of my songs made it so far. So I was embracing myself for the worst. So when the Netherlands were called out, I felt this relief. No, at least one of them is going to get through. Yeah. And they deserve it. They're amazing singers. I knew that the juries would love it, but now I was getting a little nervous because you never know. I think that I feel like often younger folks don't care for the song as much, but people who have at least 30 over, because they may remember Wilson Phillips from back in the day, and they know that kind of music, they love it. So I think there's an age gap with this one in particular. Yeah. But juries on average are older anyway, and I think it got a healthy amount of televote support as well, though.
I wasn't personally a fan of the song, as you know. Yeah. But I was relieved that Netherlands went through, because if they didn't go through with that kind of song, again, I go back to the musicality. I would have been quite an insult to the kind of. They were the best vocals this year. It was a great performance. Got the crowd on its side. In here it went ballistic.
Yes. Netherlands got the biggest applause, but it may have to do also with the fact that they were so late in the running. Maybe there was an extra kind of push of excitement.
Maybe. No, but I mean, even during the performance, it went.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
I'm really happy for the Netherlands. They've got into a bit of a run at the minute. Apart from Trencher,
but
this has been every year since 2013. So
and it took 9 or 10 years, right?
Either they've got the right team or they've got the right kind of.
I don't think they're going to go to a national final anytime soon.
No, I think this is working.
Yeah. And the last one that was announced.
Thank you.
Austria. I forgot him. Who was last?
Thank you.
You saw he was he was crying.
It would have been horrible if Austria.
I have to rewatch that video again
because that performance was the best he has done. It was perfect. It was very Jason Mraz, very nice, laid back, charming.
Yes.
He could charm the pants off of anybody in this place.
Yes.
That was a great performance. He nailed the high note. He nailed the performance. It looked fantastic. It was the best I've seen. Austria, again, is just like the Netherlands. It seems like they found form at the same amount of time.
Yep.
They're doing brilliantly. So, I mean, obviously they got 0 points, but they're still in the final. It still counts. They still got to show it to the whole.
Yeah, but
Europe.
even like if you don't count that one, if you count 3 out of 4 years having a successful
They've done a good
outcome,
job.
that is, and Austria was very interesting because it wasn't that high in the polls anywhere before the rehearsals when Nathan really won over every single person. So that was a very beautiful thing to watch.
I think about, I don't know how many people are in the chat, but I think about 85% of them are Croatian. So
oh, really?
I'm just waiting to see how much hate I'm going to get.
Hey, it's nothing. Keep in mind, people.
It's an opinion.
It's an opinion about the song. It has nothing to do with the country.
No.
There are times I'm German, right, and he's British. You were so embarrassed, like when certain acts represented.
Yeah.
You hated them.
I'm not crying. I've just got a red face, just for various other reasons.
Yeah.
I'm not crying. I just think I was supporting Croatia last year. I thought they had a great song. I thought they should have done a lot better than they did. I just think that Jacques Hudek and everything he has done with this year's entry is a joke.
Yeah.
It's just, I get why he's doing it, and I get that there are certain points to it that, you know, I can appreciate that he's a good tenor. He's very good with his Italian and his English and everything like that.
It has nothing to do with that.
It's the performance. The whole thing is just... I mean, I won't dwell on it too much, but I think it's an absolute insult to countries like... Well, there's about 5 or 6 different countries this year that should be head and shoulders in the final instead of Croatia. But it is the look of the draw. If you get the right semi, you can get the right semi. And that's not a euphemism or a pun or anything like that.
Exactly.
But I guess they just got the right amount of voters and the right mix in their semi-final. Mm-hmm. We'll see how it happens in the final, but...
Yeah, it's true. Now let's talk about the 8 non-qualifiers real quick.
Yeah.
Obviously, the biggest shock of the night is Estonia, and I'm going to be honest, it was my favorite of the year, so I am devastated, but I accept the results.
Don't cry.
Don't cry for me. No, when I saw the performance, I knew that they were going to make it. And I told you right after, right? I told you.
You knew they weren't going to make it?
Yeah. I said that right away.
Because you even turned around to me and said that was bad.
That was bad.
Like, oh,
it's
wow,
not that they sounded bad per se, the vocals, but the whole smiley, that fake ones, it really, really confused me. And it was not the way it was performed in Istiklal. It was not the way it was really meant to be performed. And I think they messed it up. And maybe I got overexcited. I don't know. It still should have qualified, in my opinion. But I knew it. I knew it was going to happen.
I'm just looking at some of the comments.
I know.
I mean, where are we looking? Estonia.
Yeah, Estonia.
Estonia, I mean, people on here saw before how critical I was.
Yeah.
In Estonia. Again, everything that I saw on the screen told me exactly what I needed to say about Estonia. I knew there was no chemistry. There was no real performance there. It just wasn't good enough, I think, to get through to the final. But I am surprised that it's not in the final, because I thought people liked the song enough that it would go through.
Yeah.
And I would personally take it in the final over certain songs. I don't think I need to tell you which certain songs, but basically. I mean, the performance, some of it, like Coit, the way he was smiling sometimes, a little bit creepy. It was too intense. Some of it was too intense. Some of the chemistry looked really forced. And this is what I've said before, from all the rehearsals. It was what I expected from the rehearsals, and what I expected from the rehearsals was that it would look forced, uncharismatic, and it just wouldn't come across very well.
Let's move on to the
next one. I'm actually kind of glad, though, that Europe didn't get it.
Okay, let's move on. Let's do San Marino.
Okay, San Marino. Great performance, lovely people, but that's not really a shock. I think everyone knew it wasn't going to happen.
We knew, we were sad, but I'm sure they all expected
thank you for
it was going to happen. Thank you for coming back. We'll want to see you again.
Yeah.
So, not much else to add.
Should we go through the list?
Serbia, I was not surprised. I'm looking at the list right now. I got 9 out of 10 right, so I'm pretty excited about that. Okay.
Yeah. So, Serbia. It was a great performance. It was the best she's done so far. I think.
Yeah,
but it just sometimes it's just not enough.
It just wasn't. The song wasn't there, in my opinion, from the get-go. But a lot of people. Well, when I look at the fan polls on ESUnited.com and all that stuff, it was never really high. It was like 25th or something like that. So it was never really highly popular.
I think I did about 7. So if it doesn't qualify, it doesn't qualify.
Yeah. So I'm sad for Serbia. It's just 1 year. You'll be back next year. You come back. Oh, when you have a comeback, they'll come back.
I've just seen a comment. Estonia had a glitch at their start. Yes, I don't think that's enough to make them not.
No, there was just like
no
less than a second. Like the microphone didn't turn on, and people weren't like, "Oh no, I'm going to vote for it." This is particular.
If 1 second fails, you've still got 2 minutes and 59 seconds to convince the audience, and if you don't do it in that time, then you can't really blame the second.
Exactly.
That's how I see it. Macedonia, or FYR Macedonia.
Oh, they're coming in. We got to go fast.
Congratulations, Macedonia. I'm not surprised she didn't go through, but it would have been nice in the whole narrative for her to go through.
Sad.
Cap off her perfect night.
Don't give up, Macedonia. It was meant to be.
It just doesn't happen. Malta.
No surprise at all.
I am surprised about that. I thought she had the vocal and the jury.
She has the vocals, but the televote just didn't have the. No.
Maybe. So maybe the televote just didn't support.
No, I knew that.
I thought the juries would have got her through.
Yeah, but not enough.
Yeah.
Ireland,
no shot.
I feel bad a little bit, but they should have picked a better song. They just don't learn the lesson. It feels like it.
Ireland will probably be in the bottom 3 after all those performances.
I have
I wouldn't be surprised. And Ireland really need to look at the way that they do Eurovision because it's just not working.
It's just not working.
It really needs, something needs to change. Whether it's I know it's been internal selections the last couple of years, national finals the 2 years before. Something has to change. Whether it's the delegation or everything like that, the approach is not working. And coming from a British guy, that should sound really harsh.
Yeah.
Because I know that the approach hasn't been working for us either.
Yeah.
There's just something really not right.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Switzerland, sad but unexpected, I guess.
Expected.
I hope they're not going to be last in the
I've seen a lot of comments saying the performance was a mess, and that's what we've been seeing a lot.
Yeah.
It just didn't make sense.
It didn't make sense.
Really.
That was the click wasn't there, that it factor. So we were really sad about that. Lithuania, obvious non-qualifier. I don't know.
It was a spirited performances, but there was no way that was getting through to the final. It's just not the kind of song people pick up their phones for and vote. So,
yeah.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. So
there we are.
So semi-final 1, Finland, the shocker, one of my favorites. Estonia, this time the shocker, one of my favorites.
I would
even
go with
so
Estonia
disappointed.
Being the shocker.
So I just need to take a deep breath. I need to refocus, and I still have plenty of favorites in the running.
Yeah.
I have, now my top 3 are, I still like the Netherlands, obviously, but then it's Italy and Portugal, so I agree with the top 2 in the betting odds.
Italy, Portugal, and Norway are my top 3, I would say.
Norway's climbing up to number 4 now. So we have actually, so we're not doing too bad together.
I mean, guys, we do have to sort of wrap it up, unfortunately. As you can probably see if you're watching Eurovision.tv, the acts are just coming into the
we have like 2 minutes
arena
because
now.
number 3 is coming in right now.
Yeah, so we've got a couple of minutes before everyone's there, but then we do really need to come
if you have any final questions, let us know, but make sure you tag us at ETS United so we see that. Thank you for Manetta lost her cap. Yeah, the cap is gone. Poor Matt, I feel. Yeah, it's how it goes with Eurovision. I've been doing this for too long to get too hung up on it. And one thing we need to remember, just because it unqualified doesn't make the song go away. I get to listen to that song until the cows come home. You know what I mean? Let's
just remember, this is Eurovision. There's 42 countries this year that are represented by a song.
Yes.
16 of them, at least, are going to go home disappointed very early. And
yeah.
Unfortunately, sometimes it works out, sometimes it's the right one, sometimes it isn't.
Yeah.
It is what it is. We've seen it even 2 days ago. The shocks tonight were probably not as big as some of the shocks on Tuesday, I would say.
Yeah, but I mean, looking at the performance, you kind of feel like, okay, you saw it coming. I got 9 out of 10 right, and I didn't, I put Croatia as a non-qualifier.
As far as we could see, I think as a team we got 9 out of 10. So
really?
Obviously we're getting somewhere. At
it's
least
but the Croatia thing is one of those. It comes down whether or not the televoters connected with it. I could be totally wrong, and the juries really loved it.
But then the reader poll didn't have Norway in the top 10 that's qualified.
That's true. The readers didn't think that.
Is.
Yeah, it is what it is. You never know. Can you explain what countries that qualified in the first semi were in that order? Random. It's a
random order, apart from the fact that they booked Belgium last, probably to drum up a bit because she was one of the pre-show favourites.
Yeah, but it's not like any indication of how they did.
Yeah.
Do you believe that Belarus will qualify? Or did you believe? Yeah, I did. I had them in my. I was
worried.
When I
saw the performance.
I was worried because they didn't do that great vocally yesterday.
Yeah.
So I was nervous, but I was thrilled when the name came up because they deserved it, and I love them. They're so adorable, and they also I have so much energy, and their English is so good, and they took over the interview again. Like they hijacked the interview, which was really funny.
So let's just recap before we go.
Yeah.
Okay. These are your Eurovision 2017 finalists. See if
you want to go for us
26? Austria, Romania, Netherlands, Hungary, Denmark, Croatia, Norway, Belarus, Bulgaria, and Israel, who do not have a half yet.
Yes.
In the first half, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Italy, Moldova, Poland and Portugal. In the second half, Australia, Belgium, Cyprus, France, Germany, Greece, Spain, Sweden, the United Kingdom and Ukraine.
Ukraine, exactly. And what's going to happen next?
That's quite a cross-section of Europe.
What's going to happen next is that they're going to do their press conference. They're all going to talk. The host is going to ask each country question, and the audience will ask questions. And at the very end, they will draw their house. Keep in mind, there are only 3 spots left for the second half, so 7 out of these acts will perform in the first half. That is crazy. And in a few hours, once the producers and the team, the EBU, had a chance to go for
probably
all of them,
2 or 3 a.m.
2 or 3 a.m., we will have the running order for Saturday's show. So make sure to stick around for that at some point, unless you want to see it when you wake up in the morning. Just so you know what's going to happen tomorrow, we will do another, or 2 broadcasts actually. First, we're going to do in the afternoon around 3 p.m. Central European time. We're going to do the first dress rehearsal from the press center. There's no live streaming allowed from inside the arena. So we're going to do it from in here. And then in the evening, it's the jury show already. So 50% of the votes will be decided tomorrow night. So you can listen in as well. Come here.
That's insane, isn't it?
It's happening.
We're already here.
In 48 hours, it's over, basically.
Yeah. Don't do this to me.
So then we're going to go back into the Trump plus exit equals Croatia.
Exactly.
I don't know about that. Look, when people like Croatia, the thing is, and people that don't get upset, we don't like it.
And
keep in mind, it's nothing against the country. It's just a personal taste. And personally, I have a problem with songs like that. I love Croatia. Croatia is one of my favorite songs of all time, in the 90s in particular. Like, Croatia is the reason why I watched Eurovision, because 1998, the first song was Croatia, and I fell in love.
That got you into
Daniela, yes, she saved me.
Well, it was Ukraine that got me into Eurovision in the end, so here we
So there's
are.
always, well, technically Croatia and Malta, but...
Okay, so... Okay, so I don't know if you can see. That's Estonia behind us. So they're already here doing performances and interviews, which is nice of them. So guys, I think we're going to have to wrap this up, unfortunately, because it is getting a bit loud in here and the press conference is just about to start.
So we will be back tomorrow with the 2 live streams. The jury show will be for that in the afternoon, if you're around, for the first dress rehearsal, live stream from within the press center. Sorry if you don't be mad at us. We love everyone. Well, except I don't really like you. Okay. But everybody else I love.
Bear in mind, this is still, I know people take this stuff as gospel.
Matt. How dare you?
Yeah.
How dare you?
People take this stuff as gospel. Obviously, everyone who's here, fan, media, press, everything like that, it is opinion.
Yes.
Everybody has a different opinion, and that is what makes Eurovision great, because if everyone had the same opinion, we wouldn't be bothering coming to the contest.
Exactly.
Things change. The excitement of the different qualifiers. Let's not forget, none of the qualifiers tonight.
I don't want my ass.
Yeah, none of the qualifiers tonight were the most shocking qualifiers in Eurovision history.
No.
And some of those were Croatian. But Croatia is just the king of shocks. Let's just put it that way.
You always
they know how to get
us
through to the final when no one's expected.
Yes.
So I will say, congratulations, Croatia. As much as what I've said,
right.
Croatia, you know how to.
I gotta go. Bye.
So Matt's gotta go. I'll wrap this up. So, thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. So, like I say, we will be back tomorrow. Make sure I don't like to say, but make sure you like and subscribe to everything.
So sorry to interrupt, guys. You know that we have worked closely with the San Marino delegation. I just received a request from us to get a statement from Carlo Romeo, the Director General of San Marino RTV. And this statement was taken a minute ago. It's a ESC United exclusive.
This is an exclusive.
And his quote is, "We are very happy for and proud of Valentina and Jimmy, but I think we are too little for this event. And I'm not sure that next year we will consider participating. It is very difficult now to think of taking part again. There is no place for microstates in the Eurovision Song Contest." We will have this tweeted out. We will have it published. I'm actually going to start writing now, but since we have a live stream, I thought it'd be important for you all to hear. since we're getting the news first. And hi guys, bye
so
guys.
Basically what that means, if
Yes.
that isn't in clear terms, is that it looks like this is probably the last of San Marino in Eurovision as far as it stands right
Yeah,
now.
we'll see. It could be.
I mean, obviously there's the whole summer to think about it and everything, but that might be the last performance of San Marino, which is a real shame. So hopefully that's not the case.
Maybe they'll come to. No, when I said come to the sentence,
Yeah.
that sounds kind of rude. I'm saying maybe
Obviously,
they'll change their mind.
that's a knee-jerk reaction. So they've got the rest of Kiev and everything in the summer to decide on that.
But we have some good news.
That's straight from the delegation.
We have some good news as well. You want to hear it? I think we need some good news after all of this.
Yeah, I think so.
Serbia just confirmed participation on Twitter for next year. So Serbia is
Yes,
not going
Serbia.
anywhere.
At least we've got Serbia.
And this is just an official statement. Things change.
Oh,
Don't get too sad. Let's be happy for tomorrow's show. And any other questions? Post them real quick. For some reason, the sound is not loud, so we don't have to bother. But people are probably leaving anyway for the press conference. In case you don't know, the press conference has started. So we'll just go ahead and leave you guys. Thanks again for tuning in. Be back tomorrow for 2 shows. I think it's at 3 p.m., but follow us to make sure, maybe a different time.
We'll keep you updated.
Updated at Central European time, that is. And then in the evening, probably at 9 p.m. Central European time, we'll have the jury show. Be here for that. And if not, then I'll find you. We will. I'm creepy like that. So, everyone have a good night, okay? We love we love you. We love you.
Love you. Eurovision hard.
Alright, bye.
And we will bring you news of the running order as soon as we can get it. It'll probably be about 2 or 3 a.m. So if you're in bed, don't worry, it'll be there in the morning.
Alright.
We will see you tomorrow.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you for watching. Bye.